But first, is there such a thing as being too healthy for your own good?
I've been in my body for a long time. I know it very well. I know my health history better than anybody. I would not completely give away all of my power to an external source.
As a nation, we've become much more health conscious. No longer do we look to our GP for all the answers. Many of us are taking our health into our own hands. We research health websites, read health books, seek out alternative therapies. But when does health conscious become health obsessed? And can we be too extreme for our own good? Following a string of illnesses during her teens, Sundara O'Higgins decided to take her health into her own hands using alternative therapies. To most, her way of life may seem extreme, but Sundara believes that her strict diet and supplement regime has saved her from ill health. So Sundara, talk us through what vitamins and supplements you're taking on a daily basis.
One product I've been taking for years and years that I absolutely love is barley grass powder. It's basically a body alkalizer. I have to take a lot of calcium and magnesium and D3 and vitamin K because of my bones. I'm just taking these. It's really, really good basic multivitamin for any other vitamins I mightn't be absorbing through my food just because of my absorption issues. And then I have my digestive enzymes because I don't break down my food very well. I take silica for my bones as well. It's good to take with calcium and magnesium, and it also benefits your hair, your skin, your nails, so that's always a good bonus.
Okay, and what else?
I take omega-3s, which are really, really important just for my joints and my brain and everything like that.
Sundara believes her extreme supplement regime is necessary in order to treat the variety of health imbalances she believes she has developed over the years, including low immunity, weak bones and muscles, candida, and food allergies. So is there the Sundara section of the fridge and the Sundara section of the kitchen? It's the no-go area at the flat.
Yeah, there
Where
is
it?
Well, that's my press.
Right.
If you want to
Give us a go.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's got my whole grain section here, my beans and my quinoa, my roasted buckwheat, and they're just kind of random supplements. Some of them would be like say testers we get from Nourish or free products or things I've taken over the years. That's actually their little protein powder too, which is really good for building muscle. And that's good for building muscle, like for muscle weakness, so chronic fatigue as well. You can get a bit of muscle weakness. I was taking that, but it does, I will admit, taste not so good.
Would you ever consider coming off the supplements?
No, that would be kind of silly, I think.
Even Sundara's job in Nourish Health Food Store reflects her fixation with her own health. Also, the unsuccessful drug treatment she received for her digestive problems has left her with a negative perception of conventional medical practice.
So they started giving me a lot of just relaxant drugs for my stomach, antispasmodic drugs. I was just completely drugged up like a zombie pretty much. I slept all day and eventually my mother took me off them and they didn't have any answers. It made me feel quite alone because as an 18-year-old I completely relied on the doctor for my health at that time. It's all I knew was how I was raised. So if the doctor didn't know what was wrong with me and they said it was in my head, I almost questioned myself. Even though I knew how I was feeling, I knew there was something very wrong with my body.
It may come as a surprise to know that when it comes to our health, 80% of us use the internet as our first port of call. What's alarming about that is only 15% actually check the reliability of the source.
The internet can be a bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to health. There's a lot of very useful information there. However, there's also an awful lot of rubbish out there purporting as health information. So the information is there, but you need to be careful about how you go about finding it. Entering any known symptom into any search engine will almost invariably tell you that you have a brain tumour. So it's not about what comes up, it's the information that you get and how you interpret it and how you apply it to your own circumstances, which is best done by somebody who knows you and who knows your situation.
For the last 10 years, Sundara has used a combination of books and the internet to shed light on her own ailments.
I did a lot of research and I found information on yeast and bacteria imbalances, candida overgrowth in the stomach. I found that there was a doctor in Galway where I lived at the time that specialised in it, one doctor in the whole city. And I went to him, he said, change your diet, give up wheat products, cut out sugar especially, give up dairy for the time being to take goat and sheep's dairy. And for the first time in about a year and a half, I didn't feel nauseous 24/7.
And did you seek further treatment for the Candida after that?
I used the internet and found a doctor that I was particularly impressed with his information and got a phone appointment with him. He gave me other supplements, like more herbal supplements, and I sent over tests actually to him as well.
What type of tests?
Just urine tests and hair tests and stuff like that.
Nowadays, many people bypass doctors or alternative health practitioners altogether and not only self-diagnose, but also receive treatment online.
When people diagnose themselves, sometimes they choose treatments which actually aren't the best. And in fact, some of the vitamin, mineral and supplement treatments, when used inappropriately, can have very damaging health consequences.
There's a big trend nowadays for people to self-diagnose themselves with food allergies and food intolerances. A person may begin to cut out dairy, move on to meat, maybe then wheat, and before you know it, they've actually cut out a large number of food groups from their diet. If this gets out of hand, it can lead to a new eating disorder called orthorexia nervosa, an obsession with only eating pure foods.
It's one thing to be healthy, but when someone becomes totally obsessed, their actual life changes in order to be healthy. Orthorexia nervosa is where a person is actually pathologically obsessed with pure biological food. So the food has got no chemicals, no additives, no preservatives, and basically what happens is a person then is driven to eat organic food and nothing else. This can result in becoming very antisocial then, because again they can't go out and eat in restaurants because they don't know how the food is prepared, or they tend to withdraw socially a lot and eat at home with food only that they have actually bought.
Has anyone ever said that you might be a bit extreme about your own health?
People who I would meet now who don't know my health history, they might be a bit less understanding and be like, why are you cutting out dairy? That's very extreme. Or, and to be honest, I don't feel like I have to explain myself. I know what happens to me if I eat the wrong foods. I accept their opinion and I understand that at face value that it may look like that. But I know it's not true.
The bottom line is that taking an active interest in your own health can only be a good thing. The danger can be, however, if you allow it to consume you. If you have a genuine health concern, talk to your GP or an alternative health practitioner, because they're the people who will be best able to advise you.